Here's a recipe that requires minimal time and effort. Easy to prepare, delicious, low calorie, and filling enough to truly satisfy. Today, we're making the popular TikTok recipe, pumpkin spaghetti. For this, we'll need a small pumpkin. I chose one that's easy to fill. I'm making 2 servings, one vegetarian for myself and one with turkey for my boyfriend. First, we clean the pumpkin by removing the seeds. Mine weighs around 1 kilogram. At this stage, many people add oil and a generous amount, but I decided to skip it. The result was excellent, and I saved about 200 to 250 calories by avoiding the extra fat. Into each pumpkin, I add 100 grams of cherry tomatoes, a bit of basil, 2 cloves of garlic, and half a bay leaf. For the vegetarian version, I also added a spoonful of cooked beans, along with a spoonful of raisins in each pumpkin. For the meat version, I add some oven-roasted turkey. You could also use raw chicken, just cut it into pieces, cooked chicken, or even peeled seafood. Everything will cook nicely while the pumpkin bakes. I had turkey on hand, so I added 50 grams. Next comes the feta. Choose one with low fat and salt for a healthier option. I add 30 grams of feta to each pumpkin, plus a sprig of caraway on top for aroma. I lightly spray each pumpkin with about 1 gram of olive oil. And that's more than enough. Line a baking sheet with parchment paper. Place the pumpkins on it and cover them with parchment. Bake for 40 to 60 minutes at 356 degrees Fahrenheit, checking readiness with a fork. The pumpkin should be easy to pierce. Final assembly. Remove the caraway sprigs as they've done their job. If you want a stronger garlic flavor, you can leave it in. If you prefer a milder taste, you can remove it. I like a lighter flavor, so I remove the garlic. But for the meat version, I chop it and add it back to the pumpkin. At this stage, the pumpkin resembles spaghetti a bit, so I carefully scrape it out. I also lightly pierce the cherry tomatoes with a fork and mix everything well. I garnish with fresh basil. For the vegetarian version, I leave the cherry tomatoes whole, crumble the feta, add the pumpkin spaghetti, and mix everything together. Garnish with fresh basil, and voila, the dish is ready to serve. Calorie count: pumpkin with turkey, 340 calories per serving. Vegetarian version, 267 calories. After a meal like this, you'll feel full but light. Highly recommend giving this recipe a try. Subscribe to the channel for tasty recipes that help you stay in shape, satisfy your appetite, and don't contain a single extra calorie. With love for food and delicious recipes, Karina.